This is Paul. Yeah. hmm 2 Corinthians 10. Yeah. Now I, Paul, myself beseech you by the meekness and gentleness of Christ, who in presence am base among you, but being absent am bold toward you. But I beseech you. Yeah. That I may not be bold when I am present, with that confidence wherewith I think, to be bold against some which think of us as if we walked according to the flesh. Yeah. Now, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Yeah. Now, you're probably thinking, I've already read this before. Yeah. hmm But I think, sometimes when you reread something, it's possible that you might have an understanding that you haven't had before. Yes. See, there's this idea of meekness and gentleness. A lot of people think a lawsuit is gentle. It's a document. They hand it to you. Yeah. You get to read it. You get to respond. Yeah. It's similar to court cases. A lot of people, when going to court, they like this whole process of the meekness and gentleness of the court system itself. Yes. Where judges don't feel any obligation to make any personal correction of any individual. Yes. Petitioner, respondent, yeah. Plaintiff, defendant, yes. Now, some of these judges took it upon themselves to be the chastisement, yes, of an individual's wrongdoing. Yeah. But really, the law is the only thing that can be harsh. Yes. The law can really teach you a lesson. Judges are there to sit there as meek and gentle individuals listening to court cases. Yeah. As the evidence is presented. Phew. Allowing for the jury to make their verdict. Yes. And then reading the verdict of the jury, they do what the law says when deciding the punishment of the individual. All of these judges are very meek and gentle individuals, yes, that decide that they had no personal prejudice, bias, discrimination, or animosity against anybody. Yeah! That's the fair and impartial judicial system of the United States. Now, for me, as the respondent of a dissolution of marriage, not getting any notice of those court hearings, judges would often wonder, well, Paul, why are you upset? Yes. Well, you decided to spend my money without me getting notice of court hearings. You decided to issue court orders where there was no proof of service. You decided that the state laws that require proof of service to be in the actual file, yes, at least 5 judicial days before court hearings, were not applicable to any individual that accuses another individual of domestic violence, child abuse, or assault. Yeah. It's as if judges took it upon themselves to have some hatred towards, yes, those that perpetrate violent crimes. As if I was the individual that assaulted my wife when I didn't. No! I was the individual that was abusive to my sons when I wasn't. Yeah! I was the individual. Right now! So much for the meek and gentle judges of the United States that have some sort of personal vendetta against those that commit violent crimes. Yeah! That you're going to throw the book at them. Ouch! You're going to speak to them in ways that are very inappropriate at your own peril, Judge. You're going to do that.